Another major concern here is that Trump called up the National Guard without permission from Gavin Newsom, governor of California and man with strong opinions about the food and business class. But Newsom is hitting back.
The absurdity of this cannot be understated.
Gavin Newsom built his brand on slick hair and photo ops, but Desi Lydic slices through the Hollywood act. Behind the grin, homelessness, crime, and a collapsing economy. She dismantles his California dream, until it looks more like a third-world nightmare with a red carpet smile taped on top. The sad truth. He's less a governor, more a failed influencer with taxpayer money as his sponsor.
Not to meet fire with fire. They want to rig these elections because they know what Donald Trump knows. He's going to lose the midterms. We're asking the voters for their consent to do midterm redistricting, to respond to what's happening in Texas, to respond what Trump is trying to...
Airbrushed looks, Wikipedia-level leadership. Yeah, that's Gavin Newsom. Desi Lydic doesn't just roast him. She incinerates the facade. Every speech sounds polished, but every policy collapses. California didn't get a governor. They got a shampoo commercial in a $2,000 suit pretending to run a state. Even Hollywood actors have more authenticity than this guy.
There it is. So, okay, Newsom is lobbing the unfathomable accusation that Trump might make decisions without fully thinking them through, but I'm sure Trump will be the bigger man here.
Earlier in the day, the president suggesting that it might be a good idea if his borders are Tom Homan arrested the California governor.
Toothpaste commercial smiles, collapsing state. Homelessness up, businesses gone, crime rampant. Desi Lydic doesn't exaggerate. Gavin Newsom does the job himself. She just holds up the mirror and shows California's leader is basically a con man with conditioner. You can polish a disaster, but it's still a disaster.
Us could be snatched off the streets without a warrant, based only on suspicion or skin color. Then none of us are safe. Authoritarian regimes begin by targeting people who are least able to defend themselves, but they do not stop there. Trump and his loyalists, they thrive on division because it allows them to take
tent cities, billion-dollar solutions that solve nothing. Gavin Newsom brags like he cured cancer while Californians suffer. Desi Lydic nails it. If this is leadership, then rotting bananas are five-star meals. The man doesn't fix problems. He repackages them, smiles, and sells the press a new headline.
1,000 National Guard that were, quote-unquote, deployed, of which only 315 actually were mission assigned. 1,700 have no particular role or responsibility.
This wouldn't be the first time someone went to LA looking for a role and couldn't find one.
Forget Golden Gate Bridge. California's new tourist attraction is broad daylight crime. Smash and grabs are the real theme parks now. Gavin Newsom's buzzwords can't hide it. Desi Lydic rips through the vocabulary smokescreen. He's just a slick salesman selling empty air while stores lock up toothpaste behind glass. Welcome to California, the first state where you need a key to buy deodorant.
Your message be to elected leaders, Mayor Bass, Governor Newsom, etc., regarding the fire preparation?
They should resign.
Do you think the city was appropriately prepared for this fire season?
No.
What do you think should have been done differently?
Well, they need to be more proactive. They need to do forest management.
Businesses flee. The economy wobbles like Jenga. Yet Gavin Newsom still struts like California thrives. Desi Lydic cuts deep. If he can't fix San Francisco without it smelling like a litter box, how on earth can he fix Washington? At this point, even the city pigeons are filing relocation papers.
His response to one Los Angelino regarding the wildfires. Take a look.
Governor, you got a second? Governor, I live here, Governor. That was my daughter's school, Governor. Please tell me what you're going to do. I'm not going to hurt him, I promise.
I'm literally talking to the president right now to specifically answer the question of what we can do.
Lockdowns for Californians. French laundry dinners for him. Gavin Newsom's hypocrisy is its own punchline. Desi Lydic cracks. That hair is California's strongest infrastructure. And she's not wrong, because the only thing holding steady in California is his gel budget.
Hey, You listen to me, 1,700 troops. You keep following your dreams. You work on your craft, knock down those doors, and most importantly, do not go into porn. Do not. Don't do it. Although if you did, I've got a great title for you.
Wildfires rage, schools fail. Gavin Newsom gives speeches. Desi Lydic skewers him. If speeches put out flames, California would be fire-free. But in his world, a teleprompter is more useful than a firefighter's hose. He doesn't govern, he auditions.
Miserable. Okay? They didn't have the resource. They didn't have the planning. Okay, they should be better prepared for this.
What would your message be to elected leaders, Mayor Bass, Governor Newsom, etc., regarding the fire preparation?
They should resign
Why is that?
because they are not doing their job right. And the governor is not here.
Gavin Newsom struts like history's hero but writes California's cautionary tale. Style devours substance. Instagram replaces solutions. Desi Lydic exposes him as ego on parade. An empty suit with perfect hair, selling collapse as vision. The man looks presidential until you realize his resume is written in ashes.
Newsom also says that they're going to reimagine how the state of California works.
We're already organizing a Marshall Plan, where we already have a team of looking and reimagining LA 2.0, and we're making sure everyone's included, not just the folks on the coast, people here that were ravaged by this disaster.
You just said you're organizing a Marshall Plan for the rebuilding of California.
Every crisis becomes a photo op. More homeless under overpasses than in homes. Yet Gavin Newsom brags about investments. Desi Lydic tears through the charade. California looks like the set of a dystopian movie, and he's auditioning for the lead role. Spoiler alert. Even Hollywood rejected him.
Here at Mount Howell, and what you see behind me, vast majority of the land is federal land. 57% of the land in the state of California is under the jurisdiction of the federal government. Just 3% of our land is state jurisdiction. That said, California has 10x the investments we made in vegetation, forest management, and prescribed burns.
Needles in parks, human waste on sidewalks. Gavin Newsom calls it a complex challenge. Desi Lydic says it straight. He turned California into a state-sponsored clearance sale for thieves. Forget Disneyland. California's Magic Kingdom is now CVS with locks on deodorant. And still, he brags like it's paradise.
Trying to get Gavin Newsom to allow water to come. You'd have tremendous water up there. They send it out to the Pacific because they're trying to protect a tiny little fish.
And people are literally fleeing. People have lost their lives. Kids lost their schools. Families completely torn asunder. Churches burned down.
Public safety collapses. Cops retire early. Blackouts everywhere. But Gavin Newsom calls it reimagining. Desi Lydic shows it's chaos disguised as reform. Privilege disguised as leadership. He's not reimagining California. He's dismantling it in slow motion. The only imagination here is his fantasy that he's presidential material.
The other thing I liked about this announcement is the tweet that came out from his press office, and I have to read it to do it justice, and here's what it said. When Speaker Little Man Johnson is standing the unemployment line, he can thank Donald Taco J. Trump missed a simple deadline, something he has often done with his many failed businesses. Now California will fire him.
Gavin Newsom pushes EVs while the power grid can't handle a toaster. Desi Lydic mocks the hypocrisy. He's not a leader, just an actor in a costume playing president on Instagram. If this is the future, then California better start stocking candles. And a lot of them.
Actually in a fire zone. He's being questioned by CNN's Anderson Cooper, who asked him, why is there no water in the fire hydrants? Right. And Newsom then goes on to say, well, that's for something for the locals to answer. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, you're the governor of the state. Why are you on TV next to a fire if you don't know the answers to these questions?
Billions spent, schools failing, parents fleeing. Instead of fixing basics, Gavin Newsom stages ideological battles. Desi Lydic cuts. It's a 5-star hotel with broken elevators and moldy rooms. California isn't a blueprint. It's a warning label. And Newsom is the hazard symbol.
You want protesters to be peaceful. You want those who commit violence to be prosecuted. You're now simultaneously asking people to fight back against Trump, presumably in places like LA, but perhaps not just LA, perhaps in Chicago, San Antonio, New York, on and on. Are those messages in conflict?
I don't know if they're in conflict.
Housing crisis ignored. Billions wasted on high-speed rail to nowhere. Desi Lydic roasts. It's not transportation. It's a taxpayer-funded comedy skit. The only thing moving fast is money out of Californians' wallets. California bought a Ferrari, but it doesn't even have wheels.
That's a ridiculous statement from Trump. Gavin Newsom's primary crime is obviously his podcast. And even if Newsom wasn't good at his job, being a bad governor doesn't mean you should get arrested. It means you should be mayor of New York.
Sky-high taxes, crumbling services, vanishing billions. Gavin Newsom sells failure as a model for the nation. Desi Lydic drops the hammer. His reign is a slow-motion implosion in designer suits. If that's leadership, then bankruptcy is innovation. He's the kind of guy who'd sell you a mansion while standing in the rubble.